So we're going to put one of your albums on Witch Police, and it's something I hadn't heard in years, and until Rob gave me a tape of it. And I haven't heard any of your music in a long time, so I guess, first of all, what have you been doing lately? Have you been doing anything new? And then secondly, what can you tell me about that record?
Well, that record probably wouldn't have happened if I didn't meet Rob and sort of watch him putting out his Grubs album.
Yeah.
I feel like the beats on that CD were stylistically a continuation of that album he was working on. I was just a MC coming out of high school, and I met Rob at I met him through Charlie Hyde and
Professors.
What's that?
Professors.
So I met Rob at a New Year's party and we rhymed a bit. He was like, yeah, you should make some songs, and I'd never really made songs before, so he hooked me up with some fucking dope-ass beats, and he helped me learn how to construct a song, really, because I didn't know about 16 bars or 4-bar choruses or any of that stuff, so he mentored me a bit into just song making in general, and once we had like 11 songs that were decent, he said, let's burn them up, and we basically just burned copies off his 8-track, and probably made like, I don't know, 50, 75 of them, put them out throughout the city, played some shows with Rob at Academy Coffee House.
I remember those, yeah.
Yeah,
and you actually sold these, right? I mean, I saw them on Music Trade. I remember years ago seeing that album there. And
I stuck a few on consignment throughout the city. Yeah. Epic was nice enough to take like 20 of them out to Edmonton or Saskatoon, wherever he was going.
Cool.
So, it got out a little bit. There are a couple out in the world. But, shortly thereafter, we made some more songs that would have been my second sort of album-ish thing, I guess, but his 8-track unfortunately died. And
I think we might have those too.
Yeah.
That's so those will go up eventually. I mean, as long as you have no professional objections.
No, not at all. As long as your lawyers don't.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So, like, I'm in
contractual disputes with my current lawyers.
Do you think that, like, were these beats, I guess, Rob, were they, did you make them specifically for Dan, or was it something that you had, like, beats you already worked on and you just weren't using them yourself, or what was it?
I think at that time, like he said, it was around the time I was working on the Grubs album.
Yeah.
But it was more so, like, a little bit after, I think. And that was, like, a huge transitional period for me making some of the Edwards beats, because those were some of the first beats where I was focusing on, like, chopping the drums instead of using a drum machine or, like, drum loops. And so, like, I was getting a lot better at making beats during that period. And I think those were just a lot of my new beats that I wanted to give another rapper, because they were just beats that I was concentrating on making the craziest and, like, the most layered and the most intricate, whereas on the Grubs CD that came out at that time, the beats on there were almost more just like the beats that maybe suited me, or just like I had like ideas and concepts over, whereas like the beats for Edwards were I just trying to put my best beats out, you know.
Yeah. Fair enough.
I was quite fortunate to get them too.
And is that it wasn't all done by Rob, though, right? You had Charlie or someone doing some of the other beats, or is that?
Yeah, Charlie had just acquired an MPC 2000, and he had a few that he didn't like at all, really, but me and Rob liked them, and thought the songs were good enough to go on it. And looking back, I like the songs with Charlie's beats, no matter what he thinks about them.
Right. So, what was there? Was there any kind of overall theme with the album? I mean, I know you're talking about all kinds of stuff. You mentioned the River Heights in there and golf and whatnot.
Yeah.
I like those. Those are good.
Yeah, I don't really have themes in my songs. They tend to just be like verses that I'd written, and the ones that I think sound good together, I'll piece together, and I'll put a chorus that goes with them, and then just pick the raw beat that sounded best to go with it. I didn't really have, like I said, I was just sort of learning how to write rhymes throughout high school, and then meeting Rob kind of forced me into making songs, like, because I wasn't really trying to do that. I was just, you know, a kid rapping all the time. And, I was expecting Charlie to come around with beats a little bit later, but Rob kind of forced the issue just by, I don't know, encouraging me a little. I was inspired by what Rob was doing at the time.
Cool. What year did these come out in? Like,
April 2003.
You haven't got it down to the month, well.
Well, I remember because I had a little write-up on the back of the disc, and I remember I put April 2003 at the bottom of it. And, yeah, the second stuff was 2004. What did I call the second one?
I don't remember.
We can make something up for it.
No, it had a name, like it rhymed like Sorback and Storbrash.
Yeah.
You've had a tape where it's written on it. But, yeah, I thought the second album would have been good if it could have come out even in the same sort of bootleg style the first one did, just because those songs I thought were a progression. I thought I got better on the second effort, the newer songs. And Rob was coming up again with some, like, really interesting production, you know.
Yeah.
Beats that right up my alley.
Well, I remember you guys were playing a lot of shows together at that point too. I mean, you said Academy and other places. When was the last time you played a show? Are you still? I haven't seen you do a show in a while. Are you still doing live stuff? Or
no, not really. I'll take a chance to perform if I get one, but being that I'm not really promoting any new material, I've been working on stuff. I guess I had sort of a project. I had been working through the years where Rob he sort of worked with his Plague City album, and then I sort of learned a little bit of the turntablism, so I could put scratches on my own songs and stuff like that. And I bought an EPS off Cut Down that sort of sat around for a while until about a year ago when Rob gave me a little crash course, and I've been taking baby steps with that for the past year.
So you're still doing stuff though? You're still making music?
Yeah, I'm still making music, and I have new songs that nobody's really heard that I do. You know, I'm ready to perform them at the drop of a dime if I get a chance to perform.
Cool.
But I'm just trying to, I've been trying to make an album that I made the beats with a little help from Rob, and the cuts will be mine, and all new songs.
Cool. Still under the name Edwards? Is that still the?
Being that there's another Edwards in St. Catharines, and also another one in Detroit, I think. I had been thinking of doing something like Rob, going to Rob Crooks, doing the Daniel Edwards possibly, just to differentiate myself from those other guys. Even though I think I was using the name before they were.
Just spell it weird or something.
Did you get mistaken for the rapper from Detroit ever?
No, I don't think so. I think the guy in St. Catharines actually is doing better than me or the other guy as far as getting his music out into the world. He's got a song on YouTube.
Oh wow, that's the big time right there, yeah.
He's getting going.
He doesn't have any songs on Witch Police. So.
That's right, yeah.
Yeah, so
that's when you know you made it.
On him there.
Yeah.
But
So
he was on like that battle show where they pre-write their rhymes in Toronto. Battle King of the Dot, yeah.
They pre-write
That's
it?
where I caught Edwards from St. Catharines.
did you spell it the same and everything too?
Yeah. It caught me off guard.
Yeah. You should threaten to sue. Yeah.
It's like I'm thinking I need to go over there and battle for the name like Lord Finesse did back in the day.
Well, you should challenge this guy on the internet. On Witch Police, you should issue a challenge for supremacy over the name Edwards. Would you still if you were gonna do a show like today, would you still perform any of the old stuff, or would it just be the new?
No, I'd probably perform. I had performed some stuff that would be new, different from the stuff I made with Rob, because I had been working on a project briefly with DJ Cutdown, but his Magnum KI stuff and other projects, that project kind of got shelved, just never came to fruition. So I had 20 plus songs that I was working on for that, and they're kind of hanging in limbo. And I performed them a few years ago at some shows, and I thought again they were a progression from the earlier stuff I had done before. So not sure whether those songs will ever be heard or whether I'm going to use some of them on the projects with my beats that I'm working on.
Cool.
So if the heart and soul and love is noticeable, you know me and him will be believing him. Word.